This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.
Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. Welcome to Louisiana Superdome and another successful sportsman show. It's unbelievable. The people
It's kind of funny looking down there. No goalposts, no hash marks, just all kind of boats, motors, trailers, camouflage,
mostly hunting stuff too. I tell you
what
a crowd. You look at downstairs, it's unbelievable, and it's wide open. Remember the old days when you used to be here and Bob DiDono, and it's covered up.
They did a job. You got to congratulate Louisiana sportsmen for putting on this deer, duck, and fall fishing expo is what they're calling it. Did a great job. Everybody's happy. The crowd has been just great, and the weather's been real conducive for an inside show
Jack
too.
Fisher
So that helped.
did a great job of getting us here and all that. They had some rain, had a little flood here. When I got here, I black clouded them. But one good thing in here, it didn't affect
Black
them
cloud
inside.
don't have nothing to do with this.
And didn't affect the crowd. I mean, the crowd is unbelievable. Tony, I've been trying to get a few words from Tony. He's been like a ghost. He's from one place to the other, running around. But every time you see him, he has a smile on his face. He had to have a smile on his face. What went on? We got some video. We did some talking. We got a few graphs. We got a few.
Yeah, you look good.
Gifts.
You look good.
That's right. Wild
Look like
turkey
you're in the
got-
marsh right now,
That's
with
right.
your head popping up above the marsh grass.
You know,
you
talking
look
about
good.
marsh, till season, they ain't very
Yeah,
far
it's not,
away.
and dove season before that too,
Yeah, I
so
told
you
you.
got to get ready.
Getting ready. Don, we got a lot of fishing reports, but only one thing, I ain't gonna be able to call out names because it's gone. We probably gonna talk to a few guides down there.
Yeah, get some
We
good
got-
first-hand
we got-
fishing reports.
We got some tournaments came in. We got the Junior Southwest Bassmasters got their report in. Tito's Redfish Series. We're gonna have Benny Sanchez down here pretty soon, and he's gonna tell us how that went. And just everything that's been coming up, fishing has been outstanding, and we were getting a lot of reports from these captains around here. All these boats, everything. These Morse boats, your sponsors, you know,
Gator
over there,
Tail
Gator
set up,
Tail,
yeah.
and
Pro
Pro
Drive.
Drive. They all set up, even Warren Coco and them. Everybody looking at them blinds and, just knowing what's coming. Now, all I got to do is find me a lease over there around Lake Catherine, and I'm going to really be happy. So, Don, we got a lot to do. Whatever you think, let's get started.
Oh, we got some news to tell you. We got the Berkeley Abu Garcia fishing report and also the H&H tournament and rodeo report. It's all coming up from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, the home of the Louisiana Sportsman Deer, Duck, and Fall Fishing Expo. And you're watching it on Paradise, Louisiana.
Hey, I'm Mitch Rotolo, owner of Rotolo's Pizzeria. Our pizzas are prepared every day using the freshest ingredients. But Rotolo's has so much more to offer than just delicious pizza. We have an array of healthy salads and tasty wraps, a wide choice of pasta like spaghetti and chicken parmesan, zesty buffalo wings, and our selection of savory calzones. And don't forget to try one of our amazing desserts. Come into any of our local restaurants or check out our entire menu online at rotolos.com. That's just the way we Rotolo.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Feels good in my heart and my soul when you hear right beside me. I don't even want this day to end.
Welcome back to our special edition of Paradise, Louisiana from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, the home of the Louisiana Sportsman Deer, Duck, and Fall Fishing Expo. Gary, our news segment, biggest news for people is red snapper season has not been closed. Now, it's kind of tricky. As soon as that quota is reached, they're going to shut it down. They've given the commissioner, Montesette, the authority to shut it down. As far as we know, this coming week, we got 2 big rodeos. Faux Pas, I'll be over there at the Venice Marina. You're going to be at Sand Dollar Marina in Grand Isle. They will have red snapper categories open for that. But you got to remember, if the fishing starts on Thursday, that season is only for Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So there'll be no red snapper catching and keeping on the Thursdays of those events. It's a little bit technical, but you got to stay on top of it to keep out of trouble.
And then the Star Tournament right now, I ain't heard anything since last week with Tommy Vidrine with that big trout. But I haven't heard anything now, but pretty soon that's going to be coming down to a close. So still not too late to get in and catch a tag.
Well, there's liable to be
Tag
some
fish.
changes on the board now because with these 2 big rodeos, there's just a lot more people out there fishing, and the availability and opportunity to break some of those into some of those categories is going to exist.
Well, we had a few rodeos that didn't get a report. We reported on. They had the Slamboree over there. When they get a report from them, we tape it on Sunday where we usually tape on Monday, so we'll be a little bit late. We got the Junior Bass Masters came in a report, and we'll run some of them results on the screen. Also, let me tell you, what really excited me, had the salty catch in Lake Charles. I didn't get any reports on it. And the big, I think it was the 8th or 10th annual, in Coco Marina, the ladies tournament at Coco Marina in Cocodrie. So we ran it on the screen, but I didn't get any reports and bring it to you next week.
And if you didn't get enough of the show here and you're looking for another show or you missed this one, coming up next week in the Cajun Dome and Convention Center in Lafayette, we've got the Louisiana Outdoor Expo taking place, and I'll be there doing some signings along with Linda Kutcher, my radio co-host. So want to invite you to stop by the convention center and come see us.
You know what amazed me about that? When they first announced it, the same time as
it's always been that way.
all the rodeos.
Yeah.
But that's what I said. I said, these people got to be crazy. You know, you got people.
Well, wait, they just got to do like us. We split our time. We make everything. They
make
can
it
too.
one day, yeah. But you know, usually when I get stuck or someplace over there, I fish one day and cover the weigh-ins and stuff. Said Sunday. You think I might have time? I'll come over and see him. But you're gonna be there Saturday morning.
I'll be there Saturday. I'll be in the morning at the Faux Pas, and I'll be in Lafayette that Saturday evening and on into the night. So hopefully you come by and see us.
Well, traveling man. You're
You
another
got it.
galloping goomba.
Yeah, well, you can call me that if you like. When we come back, we're going to take you back down there to the Florida Superdome and hear from some of the exhibitors and the vendors here at the Louisiana Sportsman Deer, Duck, and Fall Fishing Expo on Paradise, Louisiana. Welcome back to the Louisiana Sportsman Duck, Deer, and Fall Fishing Expo in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Gary, we've got a chance to walk around and meet a lot of old friends and meet some new ones and see some exciting products. In case you missed it, we're going to take you down there now to the floor of the Superdome for the action that you missed possibly at the Louisiana Sportsman Deer, Duck, and Fall Fishing Expo.
I'm Jack Fisher with the Louisiana Sportsman Show. Welcome to the Louisiana Sportsman Duck, Deer, and Fishing Expo in the Superdome in New Orleans. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana, from the Louisiana Sportsman Show, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Hey, welcome to the 2017 Louisiana Sportsman Show in the Dome in July. Look at the people here. It's incredible. Look at this guy, Glenn Shore, standard mapping. New Orleanian who started here in New Orleans and now has the biggest, the best satellite mapping company in the country, hands down.
Scott Cooper with Hunters for the Hungry. Don't forget our big day, September 24th, is our Clean Our Freezer event. We're going to have locations. We'll be at Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, Bowie's, and other sporting goods stores, fire stations in your area.
Welcome to the Louisiana Sportsman Show. John Jackson out the bayou, Sam Barbera, everybody's show. Captain CT, and you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Still, you watching it.
Still.
We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
Check
and you're
this out.
still watching it.
Stay right there.
The CCA Louisiana Star Tournament is doubling down this year. Double the tagged redfish. Twice the trucks. Over $500,000 of prizes awarded in more than 20 categories. Open to all ages, inshore and offshore, youth enter free. Don't let your chance to win swim away. Register at ccastar.com or at any Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
This is the springback decoy. Pop out the weight, press, pull it out. What you need, 1 foot up to 10 foot of string. When you finish, press, lock it back into place. This is the whole bottom piece. Here, it has the gears, stainless steel spring on the inside. It also has the added feature of being foam filled, indestructible, unsinkable. We have a Facebook page, Springback Decoys, website, springbackdecoys.com, Instagram. Either way, we have videos posted.
I'm Ernie LeBlanc, president of the Westside Delta Waterfowl. Banquet August 10th. Hope to see y'all there at the Civic Center.
There's a little speckle belly action. How y'all doing? I'm Captain Clyde Falls, the Crappie Psychic. We got this awesome new net here. Holds up to a 10-pound red, 27-inch slot red. Bass, sockeye, speckled trout, flounder,
not in the way, fits in your rod holder. You don't have people getting caught up in the net. It won't fly out your boat, end up on the shoulder. Here it is again. Very sturdy, nylon, aluminum, stainless steel clips. You don't have to worry about anything rusted. You can call us at 985-790-0862, or even better, if you see us at any of the shows, you get a great discount on these nets. You guys can visit my website at thecrappypsychic.com. We have all of our products on the website. Right now, it's actually being rebuilt to be an even better website. And we have an email address, thecrappypsychic@yahoo.com. You can get in touch with us that way. Or again, call us at 790-0862, and that's area code 985.
This is our artist of the week, Scott Bollick, Copper Tiger. Tell us a little bit about Copper Tiger.
Well, Copper Tiger got started a few years ago. I started dabbling in just sheet copper, banging away, and it became an obsession. Started doing it first on the side. Now I'm doing more and more, and people love it. It's all handmade, all handcrafted, no machinery. And I tell you, it's just starting to get really, really awesome out there.
It's some beautiful work, and a lot of people have been by this booth. How can they get in touch with you?
You can look up coppertiger.net. That's our website, got pictures, everything, explains who we are, why we do what we do. And you can call me personally at any time you want, order whatever you want online, and I'll be there to service you.
Where you located?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Sherwood Forest.
Appreciate it. Our artist of the week.
Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana.
Welcome back to the Sportsman Show. Let me introduce y'all to the two-time cook-off winner at the Gate on Duck Festival, Mr. Jay Thomas. And Jay, besides, you being one of the better cooks in Louisiana, you also got a line of clothing now.
Yeah, we came out with the new Coastal Performance line this year with the Blend HD camouflage. It's great blend of grass for the marsh and rice fields. Looks really good out there for this year. And this is actual picture of marsh grass or rice field grass with how it blends in right there. We're in Lafayette. Phone number is 337-257-0318. Website is coastalperf.com. This is the button-up, short sleeve in Blend HD camouflage.
And that's for me.
That's for you.
Boy, ain't it nice to get some kind of graph in this show?
Because I know you look good in it.
Thank you, boy, it smells good. Tell me I might wear it on the show today.
There you go.
Back at it. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Hey, I'm Mitch Rotolo, owner of Rotolo's Pizzeria. Our pizzas are prepared every day using the freshest ingredients. But Rotolo's has so much more to offer than just delicious pizza. We have an array of healthy salads and tasty wraps, a wide choice of pasta like spaghetti and chicken parmesan, zesty buffalo wings, and our selection of savory calzones. And don't forget to try one of our amazing desserts. Come into any of our local restaurants or check out our entire menu online at rotolos.com. That's just the way we Rotolo.
Sight casting redfish in the Louisiana marsh is this exciting. To make it even more exciting, the Louisiana Redfish Series, partnered with Tito's Handmade Vodka, will add $10,000 to the first place team of each of this year's events, plus a $20,000 payoff to the grand champion. It all starts in April, so register your team now and come out to see the most exciting tournament series Louisiana has to offer. The Louisiana Redfish Series, partnered with Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Welcome back to the Sportsman Show here in the Louisiana Superdome. Gerald Gaspard, representative from Pure Fishing and Gup and all the people you want. Show me your awards. How many awards Gup and all your pin tackle?
We have the pin heavy tackle. We got the pin best offshore rod, best rod and reel combo runner-up. We got Abu Garcia, light tackle, Abu Garcia. We got the best braided line runner-up, spider wire, best fluorocarbon, Berkeley.
You got it all.
Berkeley.
Yeah, but what about my Gup? My Gup did good too.
Yeah, Gup's coming up there here too. Here we hear the best redfish lure runner-up.
Yeah, how was the show? I know y'all had a lot of
the
people.
The show was fantastic from day one. Friday, it opened. Once the doors opened at 3 o'clock. At 3:30, people were already coming in. I mean, the lineup at 3 was hundreds of people. Friday afternoon, I mean, I was working the Plugia Sporting Goods booth in the middle of the floor, the show floor, and we were jammed. We were jam-packed. Believe me, and the reason the people are here, the reason the people came, and what they're getting is deals. The middle of July, the middle of the summer, they're getting deals that they couldn't get during the spring. Yeah. This is fantastic. You've got fishing, you got hunting, you got boating, you got camping, plus the amenities other than that go along with that.
Yeah,
you got something for everything. You got something for everything. This was an unbelievable show.
Well, let me tell you this, too. Y'all manufacturers, too, y'all show out, y'all get here. Tony and them did a great job. We're getting ready to leave. You won a lot of awards. Thank God, Paradise, Louisiana. What's the hottest item coming from Pure Fishing and Berkeley Garcia pin right now?
Well, in Berkeley, it's going to be the new scent, the new category back scent. It's unbelievable product. They got a new fire line, fused braid, the durability against oyster reefs, against the skags and the boats. I mean, unbelievable. Can't cut it. The new Revo line, the new series Revo X is going to be unbelievable. The new Pin Internationals, they're lighter. They're quieter. It's unbelievable. I mean, and your pricing, you maintain your same price points, so nothing really has gone overboard on pricing. It just stays good. I mean, fantastic product, fantastic engineering. It's unbelievable.
We're waiting on. Thank you for being part of Paradise, Louisiana. But you still let me down. We still ain't made a fishing trip.
It's coming, brother. As soon as I can slow down. The older I get, the faster it's moving, so I don't know what's going to happen, but something's got to happen.
Thank you. Let's close it right here. Here we are at the Superdome.
And you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
There you go. Tell me one more time what we do.
And you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
As members of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome back to the Superdome. Here's my co-ops on both sides. In the man that works for Gary Krause and Mr. Tony Fontenot, Casting Cajun. Tony, I know you're here for one special reason, and tell me what that is.
I'm here to congratulate you and your team at Paradise, Louisiana, as being voted the best Louisiana fishing show. These guys are incredible. They put out a new show every week, and not only a new show every week, it's a 1-hour show. I don't know how you do it, Gary.
I know how we do it. We got good people, and Gary was there. And to win the last 2 years, we had to beat somebody good. And I know you've been in the top 2 or top 3 for the last 3 years also, so thank you for that compliment.
Well, maybe one day I'll be as good as you.
Well, since we got you right now, we're getting a fishing report. I know you're just coming back from the Gulf. Tell us where you've been fishing and what's going on.
We went out of Grand Isle yesterday with Bo Grafton, awesome offshore fisherman. He's co-host, and he's the one who knows the offshore scene. We had our limit of red snapper, and not only red snapper, some beautiful, nice, big red snapper. By 10 a.m., had the show done, and it was just an amazing day.
Good weather. You had Gary Krause over there, probably on the cameraman, telling you what to do. He's telling me what to do. You ever get a word in?
Yeah, he tells me what to do, and he's usually giving me good advice. And now, I got to say this, though. After we had the red snapper show done, I told Gary he could pick the camera up and fish. So he got to fish for mangrove and whatever else bit his line.
Well, I tell you what, he's a good fisherman, especially on freshwater. But he always called me.
I'm just glad he didn't tell you how many I caught compared to everybody else.
That's all right.
It was pathetic.
You did that with me.
I got the bites.
Tell me, I just talked about you on the fishing report later on, but tell me about the trip in the spillway, and when is it going to get right? We always know about Bob Black, everything, but tell me about the spillway, Pigeon, and all the way south, Grand Lake.
You're going to find some good water in Grand Lake. I heard that they're going to remove the big sandbar that's been building for the last 5 years. It's almost all the way across Grand Lake. There's a lot of muddy water in the channels with still current. The water's falling fast. It's pulling black water out from upper Biosaural. It's pulling black water out from north of Big Pigeon. You're just going to have to find where that water's mixing, and it's falling fast enough. Every day you go, that water's going to be in a different place. You just have to go look for it.
Top baits right now. You fishing points, I'm sure, crankbaits, worms, and you using those big jigs and plugging?
The vegetation is so thick. There's a lot of canals that you fished last year. You can't even get into them because the vegetation is that thick. But the fish really haven't moved out yet because that water's falling. It's pulling them out to the summertime places, but they're not there yet. You still got to get back in, and they're shallow.
People sending me sac-a-lait pictures from somewhere around Pigeon and Williams Canal or Little Pigeon or Lost Lake. Where are they coming from?
Well, I ran into somebody that said they caught 36 the day before. They came back the day I was there, and they only caught 6. But if you look at the gauge on the Chaffalaya, that one day we got just a little bump in the river, and that muddy water is full of red river water. It's very, very acidic coming out of the bottom.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for all you do. By the way, Tony loans us footage sometime. A lot of times he got it. I'm still envious over it. I still ain't took an airplane trip, and you got me on that, and I still ain't did that tarpon trip. So I'm a little envious of it, Tony.
Well, I hope you get both of those off your bucket list this year.
I do. Thank you. We'll be right back with the report from Tito's.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
This is H&H Tito Redfish Series report. Tito vodka, Mr. Benny Sanchez, another great tournament. Tell us all about it.
Gary, we had a great time. 100+ boats here again in Falgout Canal Marina in Dularge. Had a great time. There's a great crowd again. We knocked it out of the park. TH Marine, our newest sponsor. We're just giving away so many prizes. You know, we gave away over $30,000 in cash prizes yesterday. It was phenomenal. Great anglers, ton of fun.
What about that? What about that wood grill? What about Friday night? That wood grill was there?
All right. Friday night, our captain's meeting, we had our Traegers fired up. We were doing boudin. We were doing Bourgeois meat market. We had just tons of stuff. Trying to keep it local.
I'm waiting on my grill.
Yeah, we had, well, that Traeger grill, we had both of them fired up. Jamie Huff, the other Traeger guy, he had his brisket on his. We cooked it up, had a great time. Hamburgers, hot dogs. You can feed so many people. We fed 200 people with 3 grills. It was a piece of cake.
Tell me about the fishing now in the winters and how it went.
Well, as you know, we had over 100 teams. It's just phenomenal. We had great fishing. The weather was kind of sporadic. You know, summer storms just kind of bouncing around. These guys got caught in there. This is our first tournament winners. This is Kerry Milan's son, and they didn't make it back in time to weigh in this time because of the storms. And you're having to bounce around like that. It changes the whole. Changes everything.
Tell me about the weights and.
Okay. Well,
then people say what they caught the fish and where did the big fish come from.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of teams ran to Lafitte to catch the big fish, and we had 27.7 was our big weight with Matt Schoen and Bobby Weir from Florida, a Florida team. They didn't even get to pre-fish. They just went to a spot they knew from years past in Lafitte, made that run, about an hour run. Nicky Savoy, one of our cutoff boys, and him and his partner, Sean O'Connell, won second place. And
Big Nicky.
Big Nicky. So
former LSU football player.
Yep, former LSU player. We had a former LSU player in attendance too, and Stephen Peterman played for LSU, and he played for the Cowboys and the Lions. He fished the
bass tournaments too.
He fished the tournament with us this time, so we're getting a lot of support from a lot of people. So, like I said, just happy to have people like Kerry here.
I appreciate you supporting Paradise, Louisiana.
Yeah, thank you, Gary.
Come in, let's talk to you a little bit. I want to know, you're the first winner. Tell me you had a black cloud day. What happened? How you couldn't make it back?
Well, we had bluebird skies all day long. Great fishing. We had a good sack in the boat. We ready to make a run in, and we started heading west, and the storm was moving east, and we made a judgment call to be safe and got on the bank so we wouldn't meet up with any oncoming commercial traffic, and we waited out the storm and watched the clock tick by, and we missed the scales.
What kind of weight you think you had? How you say?
About 25 pounds.
Yeah. You wouldn't have won, but still, you've been up there.
If we would have had the winning bag, we'd have chanced it.
We'd have come out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the man from La Rose, congratulations.
You got it.
Benny, we'll see you on the next one, and we'll talk about it. Hope I can spend some time with you.
All right, we got our fishing reports coming here from the Florida Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and with me is Captain Bubby Lamy, who fishes a lot around the Slidell, Lake Pontchartrain, Lake Catherine, Lake Bourne area. Bubby, glad to have you here with us at the show. You enjoying yourself?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me.
We wanted to get an up-to-the-minute fishing report. What went on this week?
You know, this week I had been doing a lot of scouting when I was in the tournament this weekend, the Tito's Vodka Redfish Tour. And I've seen a lot of redfish this past week, but just a little report on our area in Slidell. You know, the trout are still around, which is highly unusual for this time of the year, but we've been doing a lot of fishing in middle of Lake Bourne. We've been doing a lot of fishing on the outer edges of the marsh, and the fishing's really been really good.
What is your forecast for the fall season coming up?
You know, I think the fall season is going to really be good. I think a lot of those fish that didn't move out so far, once they start transitioning back in, I really have a feeling we may see a slight separation in where we're seeing the fish now, but I think for the most part, we're going to have a good fall run.
You know, when the weather conditions are good, there's plenty of bait in the water and the fish are active. Pretty much anybody can find fish. But I've been with you on some real cold, raw winter days. What do you do then when you got to catch fish?
You know, okay, so those days you kind of play in the time and the temperatures. You know, you're looking for, if it's real cold at night, you're looking for that sun to get up and you want to get in shallow enough water to where that sun can heat it up. So, finding areas that are closer to deep water where those fish can go and bury themselves deep at night, and then in the mornings when the sun really comes up, they can come up to the top. I do recall that show. I think it was 4 of us on the boat. We caught 20 redfish in like 5 minutes. It was a good day.
Very good. All right, we're at Puglia's booth here at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome at the Louisiana Sportsman Deer, Duck, and Fishing Expo. Somebody you see regularly on Paradise, Louisiana, Chaz Champagne of Matrix Lures is with us. And also we have another fishing phenomenon. Chaz, to introduce this young lady.
This is Miss Corinne Knight right here, and she's one of the most knowledgeable lady fishermen I've ever met in my lifetime right here.
Corinne, you're a student?
Yes, sir.
I believe you go to North Shore?
Yes, sir. I'll be a senior this year.
I know one of your teachers, Linda Kutcher, very well. Tell me, are you maybe the youngest person to be on the Matrix Pro staff?
Probably.
I would say so. I'm one of them.
What type of fishing do you enjoy the most?
Obviously offshore.
Offshore?
Offshore.
All right.
She likes to go real far and catch as big a fish as she can.
Far and big. I'll remember that. I'll put that in my notebook. Chaz, we're trying to get some up-to-the-minute fishing reports. What went on this week in your area?
I did a little. Last week we started catching some drum under the twin span again. That's kind of been a miss the last 2 summers, and I don't know if Tropical Storm Cindy might have shoved a few in there again. That was pretty good, them little 18-inch puppy drum. And then I've been red fishing a little bit. Irish Bayou's been good. The marshes off the intercoastal. If you look at some of our videos, you'll see this big school of redfish. We saw a tailing just recently this week. It actually was on Friday before we came and helped set up for the show. It's a really good video clip of a big school of probably 100 redfish tailing.
I was really happy to see you promoting the drum fishing because I think that's the most underrated fish that we have.
It is, and if they hit lures, they're really aggressive. A lot of people think you only need like dead bait or live bait to catch them, and when they're 18, 20 inches, it tastes as good as anything. It is absolutely the most underrated fish there is.
Corinne, if you could give us one piece of best advice for young fishing persons, what would it be?
Don't be discouraged by your age. Anyone can do it. You just got to get out there.
All right, very good.
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
Yeah. Don't work for
Hey,
Matrix
don't play
Travel.
hooky like me. You'll end up like me. Thanks.
Hi, I'm John Jackson, and we always say we gather our groceries out the bayou. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, catfish, redfish, you have tons of choices when it comes to fish in Louisiana. But when I fry fish, there's only one choice, and that's Louisiana fish fry. My new favorite, the Cajun fish fry, has the perfect amount of cornmeal, corn flour, and the perfect mix of spices that really bring the heat. Hey, if you're craving Cajun, go look for the bright red bag at your local grocers. Bring home the taste of Louisiana with Louisiana Fish Fry.
Welcome to the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report, and we enjoyed watching those fishing reports coming in from the floor of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here at the Louisiana Sportsman Deer, Duck, and Fall Fishing Rodeo. But Gary, we also had some of our amateur reporters send us in some pictures and give us some reports of what happened last week.
Yeah, I got so many I might not mention all their names, but I got one special on the Florida Dome yesterday. Kathleen Bailey caught her first bull red in the Delacroix area, and what made it so special, that the spot was almost identical to a butterfly. She's one of those people that love butterflies, got butterflies all over our house and pictures and paintings. And Kathleen, thanks for sharing with that. Her and her friend, her fishing partner were down there. They fished a lot in Delacroix, and she shared it with me. She was all excited, so she made the effort. She emailed me and she also texted me. So that's Kathleen, congratulations. Got some pictures coming from kids. A lot of redfish have been caught in the Delacroix area, in Brent Sound area. So we got a lot of these pictures. I'm not going to mention all the names. I got a report from the Bro Bridge boys. They catch them. They're around Leeville. They've been catching fish. Thinking about some other pictures that we saw. We got some mangrove snapper people have been catching. I think it was Clay Foreman sent me those pictures. I want to thank you. He sent it sort of late, so we might have could have ran it last week. But we're going to run some of these pictures, and then we still got the Junior Southwest kids up. I want to make sure those kids get credit because they've been fishing good. Now, the saltwater report, you got some on your own. And I know you caught some fish over there at the castle. I also got another word of people catching fish. I don't have no pictures, but I'm getting a lot of reports from the castles. But the biggest report, everybody, I didn't see no captains down there at Grand Isle, but Grand Isle's still right now hot. Perfect time. The Grand Isle Rodeo has been going on. In close, The snapper season is going to be open again. Redfish are all over Leeville again. People have been going out, I know, on their boats, doing their boat fishing. Still getting great reports and things to do right now. These little thunderstorms have been affecting some people. But as soon as they leave, the water's cooler, they go out there and they're catching fish. From there all the way, we even got reports from Sycamore Point. I mean, a lot. Most of it's redfish in the marsh and in that area, but the speckled trout's starting to show up. You know, the rivers have still been falling, so they're about to get down low. You know, Sycamore Point's going to get hot.
Speaking of rivers falling, that's important for the freshwater fishermen, for the bass fishermen. Mississippi River's falling real quick, and also the North Shore rivers are falling. That means good news for the bass fishermen. And also they're still catching a lot of brim. Biolacomb's another still hot area going on over there. There's been some good reports from that area. And some of the other areas, you know, down in Chafalai Basin, when that water pulls out of there, fishing improves down there too.
Yeah, Kraft made a trip down there and he catch it too, but what he's finding the clear water, no oxygen. He's finding the mixing water, muddy water is real good. Some places too muddy, so I guess they're having trouble sight fishing. Now, he fished that, but any day now, because I'm still getting reports up around Williams Canal, different areas around Lost Lake, back in there where the water's getting out, all of it, good water coming through and flushing it. Gary thinks that water is coming from the Red River because it's red. And everybody always said it's color, it's got a lot of oxygen in it, but it's muddy, but it's fresh water. Black water is dead with oxygen. He had 2 fish in his live well that died. Talking about brim, them Henderson right now. I got some pictures coming from Henderson, and them people, him and his kids and his grandkids, they loaded up on some big, beautiful brim in Henderson. Also, I've been here in Bass and Sackley and Henderson, also getting hot. Down in Venice, a lot of those tournaments, a lot of them guys ran to Venice doing it, but the hottest place right now for bass is in the marsh, by Black. Got to get that tide moving a little bit. Same thing in Venice. They're fishing the points. They're fishing down in the different passes down below, you know, them, Delta Duck and all those areas, you know, Venice. Fishing the canes now, they told me that they're not in the canes. Even when the water's moving out and looking, they're fishing right on the outside of the cane. They're using creature-type baits, catching a lot of bass. He said, but you better bring a lot of them because the brim are in there, and they're eating the tails off of them. So that's
surprising place for bass. The Mystico Rocks, you know, down there close to Bayou Bienvenue, they're catching bass on a regular basis. Some of them just using the live shrimp, and you mix it in, catching trout along with the bass and some redfish in there too. One thing before we wrap up, if you're fishing in Hopedale or Shell Beach area, there's only one way in and one way out across that Wyclosky Bridge. Give you a little update on the bridge situation. If you're going down there between Monday through Thursday, it's from 7 o'clock at night till 5 o'clock in the morning. That bridge is going to be closed while they're working on it. So if you're trying to get out of there, if you get caught after 7 o'clock, you're going to spend the night there. And you won't be able to get back in there until 5 a.m. On the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they will allow traffic to go in and out of there. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be fishing in the Hopedale or the Shell Beach area. Please continue to send those reports to us. We really appreciate it. Remember, when you use that cell phone for your pictures, turn it horizontally and give us a better picture to fit on the screen. And we'll see you next week with another edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Louisianians know the importance of our state's coast, from the coastal towns and communities that support residents and tourism to the burgeoning petrochemical industry, from the millions of birds, waterfowl, and fish that thrive in its rivers, bayous, and marshes, to the plants that blossom in its rich silted soil, from the tiniest of microorganisms to the 2,000-ton oil tankers. Our state's coast is a complex working system, a regional gumbo, and our home. But there is a new threat. This new threat cannot be detected by radar, was not caused by catastrophe, and is not created by man. Rather, a small insect known as Phragmites scale is infesting thousands of acres of roseau cane, the dominant vegetation in the Mississippi River Delta.
Back in the fall of 2016, Mr. Earl Armstrong and Trevor Victoriano, one of our technician supervisors that work in the field, started noticing cane dying off in rapid numbers, rapid amounts over vast areas. And they kind of brought it to our attention and said, hey, you need to get down there, we need to take a look at this, we got a serious issue. So we got down there, we started investigating it. We knew we had a problem, but we couldn't identify what the problem is. They found an insect, they found something on the cane, but it was to identify it. And so finally this past March, we've identified that problem, and we're working with LSU to monitor the program, monitor the scale, its development, its spread, and to find solutions.
The Phragmites scale, more commonly known as rosocane mealybug, is believed to have originated from China and Japan, an area of the world where roso is harvested for use in many industrial and agricultural applications. But here along our coast, the rosocane is an integral part of keeping the Louisiana coast intact. Unlike some marsh vegetation, rosocane is one of the most erosion-resistant marsh plants. It assists in building land by trapping Mississippi River sediment. It serves as habitat for birds and fish. It can grow in salt and freshwater environments, and it serves as the first main buffer for our inland communities from tropical storm surges.
And so this is certainly a new threat to coastal restoration and coastal protection, something we've got to keep a close eye on, and something that we're certainly very interested in supporting, getting to the answers that we need to ensure that we can get ahead of this, hopefully, and stem the tide if indeed it is the issue that's affecting the cane now. It's a potential to be a really big deal on a number of fronts, both on the restoration and protection side in terms of our coastal wetlands, coastal ecology, but also from an agricultural standpoint.
Rosocane also provides much protection to coastal marsh oil platforms and pipelines.
Rosocane is a vegetation that's very hardy, very robust, and it really helps slow down coastal erosion. Because it's so woody and has a nice root base, it protects the marsh. And a lot of these marshes are around this oil and gas infrastructure, such as pipelines and wells and platforms. And these platforms and wells in the marsh are designed to be built in wetlands and protected by rosocane. So as we lose that rosocane, when we lose it, all that infrastructure is going to be exposed to the Gulf and to wave energies of the Gulf.
But in recent years, an obvious problem is occurring in the growth of rosocane and is believed to be due to the manifestation of the rosocane mealybug. The most evident area of impact is in the lower Plaquemines Parish area near the mouth of the Mississippi River, where in less than a year, it's believed that over 100,000 acres of roso has been affected by the scale. Biologists are alarmed at the severity of the scale's impact and are working to find ways to stop its spread.
We're on the Delta National Wildlife Refuge, which is north of the State Wildlife Management Area of Passaluke. We're in a small, probably 5-6 acre, which once was 2 years ago at this time, a healthy fixed stand of rosocane, which is now starting to revert to open water. You have very sparse vegetation with rosocane. We're getting some Sagittaria, which is bull tongue or Delta duck potato growing in. We suspect that the scale is probably the main driver to setting this area back.
What this island looked like in 2015, and that's in January. And we'll flip forward to November of 2016. You see it starting to open up on this end here. And this is just last week, how much it's opened up.
So here we have this scale. It's native from China. Haven't seen also in Japan. And here we just found it in Plaquemines Parish. So what you can see here is will be a large female. As you can see, measures almost half an inch, and is actually a mature female. As you start going up, you have more infestation. So what we notice it happens is here these females will start producing eggs, and then the nymphs, the babies, will start crawling and moving to the next segment of the stem and colonizing it, and then it keeps moving to the upper parts of the plant. So by the end of the growing season, think about October or November, you have all these scales covering this plant. So that may be one of the factors why this plant is dying. Over time, these scales will be depleting the energy of roso.
The rosocane mealybug is a very new threat to our coast, which brings a lot of questions on how it can be controlled and eliminated.
What we're trying to do, we have a plan it's definitely a plan that is going to work in phases. So the phase one is to understand right now what is the distribution of the scale, what is the impact that it's having in different locations, but at the same time we want to understand whether we can use different varieties of roseau as a potential restoration. Something really interesting that occurs in Plaquemines Parish is that there are 4 varieties of roseau present in this area, and maybe they have some variation in the level of resistance.
As our state's biologists work to combat this rapid spreading threat, there are ways that we can help assist in stopping the spread of the roseau cane mealybug. First, here is how you identify areas that have been affected. Next, make sure you take precautions to stop the spread of the scale by thoroughly washing your boat before you travel away from marinas, and make sure not to move cane from one area to another.
So the role of the public at this point is really try very hard not to spread this stuff. We were asking boaters to wash down their boats at the marinas before they leave in order to keep from spreading it. That's the biggest thing the public can do. We have a lot of questions we can't answer at this time, and we're learning as fast as we can how to combat this. But right now, to be aware of what's going on and just really help us in not spreading this bug.
A lot of the things that threaten this coastal marshes down here are beyond individual control, but this is one issue where we as individual duck hunters and recreationists in general can play an important role. And the key message that Ducks Unlimited and a lot of the other folks here would want to send to people using this marsh, especially duck hunters, is don't move the roseau. And you can look at it and you may think it's healthy and not infected, but beneath the leaves this invasive pest may actually be there. So any movement of roseau out of this area or even from one area to the other in this locale is potentially bad news for the larger system. So the key message is don't move the roseau. We know.
Biologists believe that the Mississippi River Delta is the main area of concern at this time, but are also surveying other areas across the state's coast to determine if the scales are infesting beyond Plaquemines Parish.
So there's a multi-plan strategy, including mapping of the vegetation. We have a strong component of the education. We want to let the public that how we can prevent the spread of the scale. The issue of host plant resistance, that will be the project about varieties. And finally, some of the whether we can use insecticides in a limited areas. So those kind of the 4 objectives of the research plan that we have.
If you believe there are areas near you that may have been affected by the roseau cane mealybug, it's important that you contact the LSU Ag Center or Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Together, we can ensure that our state's coast thrives for future generations.
Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.